We're coming up on a new season of Tekken 8, and now is a great time for new players to get back in. A new season is happening, usually a new influx of players come out, and a lot of people are probably wondering who's a good character to play if I've never played Tekken before. I picked 5 characters that I think could be great for beginners that have a variety of different strengths and weaknesses. I tried to pick 5 characters that are pretty different from each other so that you have more variety in terms of what your playstyle usually is in other fighting games, and I also have an honorable mention at the end of the video if you want to check that out. So the first character I want to get into, and he's probably the best for beginners, would be Jin. Jin is the main character of the Tekken series. He is the poster boy, but he has a lot of good stuff going for him. He has really good strings that you can delay to catch people swinging at the end of your strings. He has really safe buttons that counter hit and launch. He has amazing buttons like down 2. He has back 4. He has a hop kick. He has a great 50-50 with his hell sweep and his forward 3. He has good space control with his demon paw, and he also has, like I said, his big buttons that are able to counter hit launch. And his combos do a lot of damage, and they're not the most difficult in the game. There definitely are some more high execution ones that you can get into as you get better at the game and as you learn the game, but for the most part, you can do a lot of stuff without knowing much. I played Jin for the first time this week for this video, and his combos I was able to pick up in probably 5-10 minutes without too much practicing. The next character that I want to get into is Dragunov. Dragunov has been complained about for being one of the most powerful characters in the game, but he's still great for beginners. And I'm sure most people probably don't want a new influx of Dragunov players, but he's been nerfed, so you don't have to complain that much. He has really strong and easy fundamental tools, like a strong down forward 2 launcher, which launches at 15 frames. He has some good strings, like 1-2-1, which is a counter hit heat engager. And he has good pokes, like down forward 1, down forward 4. His jab strings are good. He has lots of great big buttons, like back 1+2, wall running 2, and down back 3+4 to make people scared of pressing into you. He has some really easy and accessible frame traps, like back 1+2 into down forward 2, to get people, especially at lower ranks, to start respecting you. He has combos that work for all levels of play. Very easy beginner combos. He has some intermediate combos, and then he has some advanced ones where if you want to get into sneak canceling, large wall travel, and some sidestep canceling, he's a character that can grow with you. He does have a complete throw game, meaning he has all types of break. He also has a tackle that goes into a 3-way mix-up, and he has some solid movement. He has a good backdash, he has good sidestep, so he's pretty hard to lock down. He can move a lot, he can step a lot of things pretty consistently. The next one I wanted to pick was Claudio. He has one of the smallest move lists in the game at only 70 moves. He has some really strong pokes. He has good frame traps. He has another good wall running 2 that is able to frame trap into a lot of things. He has a hop kick, which is very good for avoiding lows and catching people pressing into you at far ranges. His hop kick does reach very far. He has some pretty high damage combos with not very difficult execution. Keeping people up in the air is not the most difficult for him, and his down 1-2 string is pretty much guaranteed to hit someone as long as they're not laying on the ground. And a good plus with Claudio is that he has a low heat smash, which at lower ranks especially, nobody's ever going to block that, and it wall splats. The next one might be a bit controversial, but I picked Brian. He has a lot of moves that are very easy to understand, and his combos don't have the most difficult execution. Lots of counter hit strings, so earlier in your Tekken career, you will probably be getting a lot of combos off because everybody likes to swing. So if you do 1-2-1, people are going to hit. He has some good frame traps like back 1 or a quarter circle back 1 into like forward 3 is frame trap for a full combo. He has a pretty good throw game. I think all but one of his throws does break the floor. So on maps like Descent into Madness, Ortiz Farm that have the floor breaks, you are able to easily get through. His combos are very high damage. That's the staple of this character, and you don't really need the most execution. And he teaches really good fundamentals and good timing. Teaches you not to constantly be swinging, when to be looking for your opponent to swing, and how to press into them so that you can get a counter hit for a big comp. The next one is King. He is probably the most out there on this list in terms of his playstyle, but he has amazing pokes, and he has really good keep out with his arm and move, and he has some really far-reaching stuff with his long legs. He's generally a pretty safe character. He's got some good strings that are counter hit launchers. His combos are not very hard. The only thing is sometimes you have to worry about the axis to get the final throw on your combo. Because he's the grappler, he has the complete throw game, so if you want to learn the chain grabs and you want to learn all that stuff, he can get up to 100 damage sometimes. His heat smash is probably the best in the game. I believe it hits grounded, it tracks very well, and it comes out very, very fast. And I'm not even talking about how much damage it does, as well as breaking the floor on stages. He looks really cool, and that's probably why a lot of new players do gravitate towards King, because they want to see the Jaguar wrestler man. And he does have some high-level tech in his combos and his movement, because he has a wave dash where most characters in the game don't. And now this one is probably the most controversial on this list, but I put him on as an honorable mention anyways. I put Kazuya. The reason I put him on this list is because although he does have very, very difficult execution, his damage is very high, his game plan is very straightforward, and he's a piece of Tekken history. He's been in every single game, he's been the main character in most of the games. Now he's the big bad, so that also is why a lot of people play him. But he has combos that are both easy and hard, depending on your skill level. His 50-50 is good. He teaches really good patience, and he has a lot of, similar to Brian, some counter hit things that require you to have really good timing. And again, at lower ranks, he does have a low heat smash, which is a scrub killer because nobody's blocking low at that unless you hell sweep him 15 times in a row. I hope if you're getting into the Tekken series, this list helps you out with picking some of your characters. I tried to pick characters that are a bit more fundamentally based so that you don't pick someone like Alyssa who just chainsaws and wins every single time. But I also tried to pick characters that grow a lot more with you, that are a lot less gimmicky. They're pretty, I don't know if honest is the word, but they're a little bit more straightforward. You'll probably lose a bit more at first to see some better results in the long run. I believe playing these characters will make you a better Tekken player overall. And yeah, if you like the video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to drop a like, and once again, make sure to check out Core Gaming and the Corecast. My podcast is the Corecast, and it would really mean a lot to me if you guys went and checked out them and supported their stuff. I will catch you guys in the next video.